Yeah, I mean, this split hasn't lived up to my expectations with my performance, and um, I think we really were ramping up the past week. So I think everyone had really high expectations, and it really sucks.
And before starting this video, we have to quickly thank our sponsors in Oli for helping us provide you with all this content. And as always, please, if you are looking for some energy drinks and some tasty beverages, make sure to check out the Oli website for some really nice products and use the code SE5 at checkout for €5 discount or SE10 for 10% discount on any purchase that you do on the website. And once again, thank you so much to Oli for sponsoring this content. And now please enjoy the interview. All right, today was the last match of Movistar KOI in the LEC 2025 winter playoffs, and I'm in the presence of Jojopyun, the midlaner of the team, unfortunately after a heartbreaking loss against Fnatic 1-3. And I mean, right off the bat, Jojo, I have to ask you, what is going through your brain right now? What is your gut reaction to the loss? Because I mean, I can obviously imagine for you, it's a pretty tough moment to get through, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks a lot. We were ramping up, and we had a really good week of scrims, so
Hmm.
everyone was really confident today going into it, and we just threw like every single game was really free except the last game. But game one and game two,
Hmm.
we were ahead by so much, and yeah, I mean, usually we would just win very comfortably from that position, but
Hmm.
it just sucks to lose like this since all three games were really in our control.
Yeah. And what do you think is the reason why you couldn't make it? Because obviously, as you said, like you guys had some very good position very often in the games, but you couldn't close it off in especially game one and two. So do you think it's something about communication? Was it just misexecution? I know that we've been told that your team is a very emotional team as well. So how was everything, I guess, today, in your opinion?
I mean, it was a roller coaster. Like game one, it sucked to lose, but we were still. I mean, it's a best of five, so it didn't affect us too much.
Hmm.
Game two, we were really ahead, and then we lost, so it felt even worse.
Yeah.
But after a really clean win in game three, it went from like it went up and then went down and then went back up, and we had really high hopes. And game four, everyone seemed very confident. So yeah, I guess we felt every type of emotion today.
Yeah. And I mean, how do you feel about how you personally played as well in this best of five? Because obviously you're a player that a lot of people look towards too, right? Because you're like the first import from NA and everything. And like, obviously you are, you meme a lot, you taunt people as well. So everyone look at you. So how do you feel about how you played, I guess, in this series and just this split overall as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's just disappointing. I think I should have had a much better showing today. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it took me some time to adjust to Europe, but yeah, I felt like I got really comfortable last week, and today my expectations were way higher for myself, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just sucks, you know?
Yeah, and it's a bit hard to discuss as well of this, but I've heard some people also try to put some light into, like for example, your champion pool in playoffs as well, and some criticize you for that, the fact that you played a lot of Azir and Yone, for example. Is this something that you personally perceive as something that you should improve on in the future? Is this something that maybe in Fearless Draft it was a detrimental factor for you guys in the end?
Not really, no. I mean,
Mm.
I think Azir Yone is just the best champs in this meta, so when it's open, we just picked it. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was actually excited that it was best of five, so I can play more of the champs I wanted to play, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, we just picked what we thought was the best in the meta. If it's open, it's open, so
Yeah,
yeah.
no, that's fair. I mean, obviously, right now, I can understand that it's pretty heartbreaking, but do you have any positive that you're going to be taking from this split? Because obviously, with the new system, it's 3 splits a year, right? So this is only one small step in your seasonal career, I guess. So do you think that you can take stuff from this experience and be able to come back in split two stronger and put some stuff into practice so this doesn't happen again?
I mean, yeah, for sure. There were so many experiences to split, and
Hmm.
honestly, I think we should have made it all the way through. So it really sucks, but yeah, there's lots of reflection to do. So I think
Hmm.
maybe in the long run, this could be a good thing.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, do you feel as well that like you still have what it takes to, I guess, live up to the expectations that everyone has for you, like as a team and as a player as well? Because a lot of people, like obviously, when they see like the prodigy from North America join Europe and stuff, they expect you to like dominate the league and everything. Um, and I can imagine that in your point of view right now, you probably don't feel like you lived up to these expectations so far, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it was an important split. I think it was a good split in reflections and things I need to improve on. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it is splits one. There's still so much time for the whole year.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I remember in an interview with Skane at the start of the split, you mentioned that you feel like you perform the best in a team when you can have a position where you're very vocal and involved in shot calling as well. So I just want to ask, like, obviously now that you've had a full split with the team, how do you feel like your role has evolved in the team? And do you feel like like obviously today it didn't show, but that you guys are getting more and more comfortable and that this team could ramp up as well in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was shot calling less in the regular season, and then especially last playoffs game versus Giants, and today I was shot calling more. So
Hmm.
I think I should have definitely shot called more from the beginning, and it would have made me more comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's on me. So I do know what works the best for me now in this team. So
Hmm.
I have high expectations for next split.
Yeah. And in hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently today, by the way? Do you like look back at game one and game two and have some particular things that are lingering in your mind as to what you could have done differently?
Yeah, of course, there's a thousand things, right? So I mean, it sucks to think about.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess as another question that I have for you, you mentioned that like in the last few weeks, you guys have been starting to find more your footing. You've been adapting to Europe more and more, and I remember that was a big pain point as well in the start of the split because you mentioned that you struggled to adapt to Berlin and everything, for example. So could you tell me like what has changed, especially like is there like any particular things that you've been improving, I guess, over the past few weeks? And do you feel like maybe, I guess, well, once again, it's a question for split two, but do you feel like you will have a better base next split to start off strong, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I am adapting to Berlin now. It's fine, honestly. So
Mm.
I think next split, there's no excuses for me. I mean,
Hmm.
I know how everything works now, and I'm comfortable with everything, so there should be no excuses. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And could you tell me as well how's the relation with your teammates evolved as well throughout the split? Because I can imagine like at the start, getting to know people with a different like language, I guess, like obviously because they're all Spanish, it's not the easiest, but now you seem much more integrated as well. So how has the relation evolved between all of you as well?
Yeah, I mean, of course, the relationship gets deeper and closer since there's just more time with everyone. So I think everyone on the team has done a good job just trying to keep the bond close with everyone. So yeah, it's just been getting better and better the longer time goes on.
Yeah. And what's going to be next for you after today? Because obviously now you have until I believe the start of April until the next split. So are you going to be returning home for a bit? Or are you going to stay here and be, I guess, just training in solo queue? What do you expect from the next few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the schedule. I don't know what's the maybe the org wants us to stay in boot camp or something. I'm not sure yet, so I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. And I guess just to finish up, then I would like to simply ask you, is there anything you want to say to all the fans to close off the split? Just a general note, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this split hasn't lived up to my expectations with my performance, and um, I think we really were ramping up the past week. So I think everyone had really high expectations, and it really sucks. For me, there's no excuses for me, especially next split. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to all the fans. It really sucks to lose like this. And I think we have so much potential and we didn't show it today. So don't give up on us yet, you know?
Yeah, perfect. Well, Jojo, in any case, thank you so much for talking with us. I know this is a very difficult moment to get through, so I appreciate that you still agreed to come up here and talk with us. So for now, I wish you hopefully a good night of rest, and I guess some good practice in the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again soon in better conditions in the spring split. And yeah, for now, just rest up and see you soon, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you.